everyone, Dr. Lindsey Harding here at Interactive Health Clinic in Linwood. This week I wanted to talk a little bit about anxiety. And as you may know, anxiety is now the most common mental health condition in the world. And a lot of people suffering from anxiety don't really understand why they have it in the first place. And so, as you can imagine, this can be extremely detrimental, not only mentally, but also physically. Anxiety can have some really profound physical symptoms that come as a result of it. So our central nervous system is pretty much what controls us, and we have two main branches of that, our sympathetic and our parasympathetic. And so our parasympathetic nervous system is our classic rest and digest portion. And I'm not actually going to talk about that one because people who suffer from a lot of anxiety don't spend very much time in the parasympathetic mode. They spend most of their time in the sympathetic mode, which is your fight or flight response. And so there are a few things that happen in this that are really important in understanding why anxiety affects us at so many different levels. So first of all, it reduces your ability to digest your food. And so when you aren't digesting your food as well as you should be, you aren't absorbing the nutrients. And this can lead to nutrient deficiencies, which can exacerbate that anxiety. It also ends up reducing your immune function. And so people who have a lot of anxiety have a tendency to get sick, kind of like those common head colds and flus, a lot more often than people who have a stronger immune system. It also increases your cortisol. So when we see a bear, our cortisol spikes because it is our natural response to basically increase that hormone so that we can run away. And so when we are stressed out or have anxiety for long periods of time, those elevations end up staying high. And so when we essentially just have a high plateau instead of little spikes, what ends up happening is we actually see an increased risk in diabetes. It also impacts our hormones and our neurotransmitters. And so, as I'm sure you know, if you are not producing your neurotransmitters and your hormones the way that you should, you are going to have a huge array of effects. Anything from changes in your mood, that's going to include mood liability, maybe more irritability, depression for other people. You're going to have decreased sexual vitality, and it's greatly going to impact your sleep. Not only fewer hours of sleep for most people, but a reduced quality of sleep. So you often just don't feel like you've gotten the sleep that you need to be able to do what you need to do the next day. And so all of these combined basically worsen the anxiety, and it keeps people in this cycle where they basically can't break it because everything that their body is doing is in a reaction to the anxiety is actually worsening the anxiety. So it's extremely important for people who have anxiety to reach out to someone to get the help that they need. And probably the hardest part about all of this is that anxiety often coexists with depression. And then you have to treat both the depression and the anxiety because you can't just focus on one. They're both equally important and they both typically play into one another. And so if you want to learn more about depression, stay tuned. I'll put out a video about that one soon. For now, if you liked this short video, click the like button. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.